Hello, Padawans, Acolytes, and Knights, and today we are doing our single button baselets. So the saber I am working with today is the Ghost. I think it is a pretty beautiful design. Um, but let's start diving into it. For getting to the core, you just untwist it and pull out. And then there's your USB-C port, and there's your battery with easy access. And twist it back on, and we can get to the button. The button, you just start with pressing and holding. It is now on. You can see by the blue light emitting from the button, which should hopefully be easier to see now because I've changed lights. And then for what they do, we're starting in standby mode, which is when it is on, but the blade isn't on. So we're just clicking it. That's how you turn it on. And if you're turning it off, you press and hold it down. And then if you hold it down for one flash, that's how you change volume.
Low volume.
I like keeping them in low volume because I'm not loudest of speakers and I need you guys to hear me. But you can have it at whatever volume you want. Then for the two flashes, 1, 2. If you notice, it doesn't change the actual saber, but what it does change is if you want a different sound with it. And so you can have the saber color whatever you want, but you can have a different sound emitting from it. So it can be any type you want, which is really nice to have, and it is nice how convenient it is. And for 3 button, 1, 2, 3, you get music. For the 3 that come with it. I don't want to play them too much because I don't know how copyright is going to work with them on YouTube. But we do have it where we can sell these. For the music, when you turn it on, there are 2 ways of you turning it off. You can either do what I just did of cycling through all the music to turning it off, or you can just straight up turn the entire thing off and then turn it back on and the music will be off. Moving on to our next thing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice off.
That is your clashes. So if you don't want your blade to clash when you hit it, that's what this is for. Make sure if you have any problems. If you notice that you aren't getting many hit sound effects, make sure that it is on, because I've had multiple people accidentally turn it off just on accident. It's a common thing because nobody really thinks about it when the button gets that far down the line.
Nice off.
And then for the one after that,
Motion control off.
you'll hear us say motion control off. So if you are wanting to say, let's just say you want to do like tricks, and you don't want it, if you go like this on accident, you don't want it to turn off or on. You want to do it when you decide to. That's when you might want to turn this on. No, off, sorry.
Motion control on.
And then after that, that's just how you turn the saber completely off. So you hold it down for about 6 seconds. Let's turn it back on, and let's go to when it's powered on. So I have it on green right now, but for starters, if you just click the button, you're blocking blaster fire. Also, this one has really cool slits in the side, so you can see the light emanating out of it. And then for 2, so you might not think it's doing much, but that's how you change color. You just hold it for about for the 2-second one, or 2 flashes. You hold it, and then once you let go, you just press the button, and it will change the color every time you press the button. And then once you find a color that you want, I'm going to go with yellow. To lock it in, I find it easiest to just turn the blade off and then turn the blade back on. And now the color is locked in. And you can go back to using it how you want. For the 3, that's how you get 2 different blade types. So, first one was what we can call the seizure blade. I personally don't care for it, but it's, if you like flashing lightning or whatnot. This one is called a pulse blade. You can kind of see it just wavering in and out. And we have standard. And for 4, that's how you turn it off. And it does have motion control, as it stated earlier. So you can twist it to turn it off, or for this one, if you press and hold the button and twist, you change which lightsaber type you have. So pressing the button, press the button, and then twist. One, you just press one button and twist, and you'll get a different color. That's okay. Yes, different types of motion control it has. Honestly, I think just the turning it on and off motion control is the most helpful. But I hope this was very helpful, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.